amigos, buenos dias from Spain. We've got some more bad news, I'm afraid, from the Spanish tourists, and also we've got some really good news. So we're going to start off with the good news. Apart from the weather now creeping up, it's 22 today on the 1st of April. Summer officially has arrived. Playa Los Locos beach, just along by Torrevieja beach. We're going to take a stroll along here. Quite busy this morning, 11 o'clock on a red day, the 1st of April, and it's going to be a nice warm day. Like I said, going to be up to 22 the highs, but by the end of the week we could be looking at 32 on Saturdays. The summer has officially started as the clocks have gone forward. So we're going to start off with the Spanish economy. It's thriving with tourism, domestic spending and investment, and it's all set to continue. It's apparently propelling growth at the moment this year, and Spain's economy is at the moment witnessing a very positive momentum at the moment, and it's outshining all the European countries with a robust growth figures. And Spain's now IBX is 35 index, and it's reached its highest point since May 2017. So yeah, it's going absolutely nuts. And additionally to that, Spanish house prices also risen by 4.2%. So it's all good, and that's up to date with 2023. So this year it's just going to continue growing. As we already mentioned before, many of these European countries, from Finland, Norway, Scandinavia, as well as Brits, all coming to Spain to buy. The Spanish stocks are high as well. It's apparently a 6-year high at the moment with the Spanish stocks. So if you've got stocks in the Spanish economy, you'll be making a few quid. So it's yeah, the markets have just surged. It's the highest point since January 2018, and as you know, that was just before we come into COVID. So it's all recovered and it's all booming. Get some money in the Spanish stocks if you want to make a few quid, because they are creeping up every day. So yeah, it's all looking good for Spain, and it's a very positive outcome for the future as well, because of all this buying going on. I mean, the first 2 weeks of March, the IBX climbed by 5%, which is a 20% increase on last year. Spanish unemployment is up as well, more people getting employed. Tourists is up. Weather's great, but we have got a bit of bad news. I've mentioned before about other parts of Spain up in the north having a nightmare with this drought. It's the worst drought they've ever known. And it's set to get worse. All the reservoirs and the little rivers have all dried out, and the farmers are up in arms because all this crop, they can't do anything about it. They're losing money left, right and centre. It's actually the worst drought they've ever known for over 200 years in Spain. So yeah, the farmers are having it really bad, and it's all down really for the last few years, just not had any rain at all in Spain. It's just actually dried up, the rain, and if we do get a little bit of rain, it's like a little drizzle. So yeah, the country does need rain. You know, we love this weather, and it's living the dream, having blue skies and baking hot weather every day. But for the harvest, we do need the rain. So let's get on to this bad news for the tourists in Spain, and it's mainly up in Barcelona. They've upped the tax as from today, the 1st of April. It's not very good, especially if you like Barcelona, one of the main cities in Spain. The tourist tax has increased from today, the 1st of April. As it's officially summer, all the prices have gone right up, and it affects everything really. I mean, the visitors now have to pay $3.25 to come into the city. That's the tourist tax to start with, and then on top of that they've got another tax increase by 50 pence a night, and that's how long they stay. So that's like these five-star accommodations and all that, you're going to be paying extra per night to stay in these places. So that increase of 50p a night is now going to be £6.75 in total, which for a normal person is going to be paying €47.25 a week. That's a massive increase. I mean, it's only 50p, but when you put it on top what they're already paying, $4.75 a week to stay in accommodation in Barcelona, it's just an added tax. And don't just think it's just people staying there for the night as well. It's people that are coming on cruise ships and the day trippers. They're going to have to cop up this tax as well. I mean, they're going to pay $6.75 just to come into the area. So when you think about all these cruise ships with thousands of people on, that's going to tally up to a few quid. As you know, Barcelona is a fantastic city, and they know a lot of people go there to visit the Sagrada Familia and all the other famous marks. And you've got Las Ramblas, and it's well visited by a lot of tourists. And by adding this tax, is going to bring more money into the area, and this is all brought on by the mayor. He's demanded this increase. Not good, eh? Tax, 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 all on the tourists. Meanwhile, down in Malaga, it ain't looking good either. All the Spanish residents and even the expats, they're all complaining. We don't want no more tourists in the area. They're getting short of property. It's getting overrun with all these tourists, and they're now got these special posters all printed up, and they're plastered all over the area on walls and billboards, and they're all protesting to the local government that they don't want any more tourists in Malaga. The problem is Malaga is such a high populated tourist area where everyone likes to visit because of the beautiful weather and the low cost of living. It's going to be hard really to keep the tourists out. But yeah, the irate locals are not happy at all. And there was a bar owner that started all this off, and ironically his name at the bar was Drunkarama. And he started off this protest because he actually got kicked out of his house and was homeless. So he's got all this up and running and these posters all printed and plastered everywhere. I mean, he's got posters on all the walls all around Malaga. Effing go home, plastered everywhere. So the tourists get the message. It just seems everyone seems to be having a go at the tourists. I don't know if it's directly at the Brits. But it just seems this year Spain's just seemed to be rising all the tourist tax and all these heavy fines. And on the flip side, you've got the Minister for Tourism not happy at all. How the figures for the Brits are declining compared to what it was last year. Well, I'm not surprised really. All this negative news coming out and about, all in the papers, all over the news. Yeah, so what else has been happening? Well, I'll tell you what's been happening. We've got the Spanish prosecutors want to prosecute the for 2.5 years disgraced football chief, Luis Rubiales, and they want him to be fined up to £50,000 for kissing, as you know, Jenny Hermoso, and that was on the lips, and that was just in the old football recently. And they're not happy, the disgrace of what happened, and now they're trying to get in jail for 2.5 years and a big massive fine. So that's all going on in the court. And also, as you see, we're coming along here, we've got a little bit of graffiti just on this beginning part of Playa Los Locos beach. Incidentally, it's started getting busy now, just gone 11 o'clock, they're all woke up. But this graffiti all around here, as you know, it's everywhere. You've got it all around the back streets of Torrevieja and most towns now. Well, you get the famous artist Banksy been doing all this lovely graffiti, as you know, and a lot of people copy and try and get a name for themselves. But you've got a couple of people up in Saragossa have been caught selling forgeries of Banksy's work, and they're asking up to 1,500 for these forgeries. And they've all been caught. The ring has been caught. There was 25 of them all in this little ring of doing these forgeries, and now they're all going to get done. There was all turning up in Barcelona auction houses and online as well, even in Germany, Switzerland and the US. So that was a little roundup of this week's news, and we've just finished walking up now. We're just coming up to the point around the bend where it's going to meet Playa de Cura beach in Torrevieja. If you like the video, remember to give us a like and drop us a comment what you think about what's been going on in the news this week.